Today's going to be a busy day. Just got home yesterday from visiting the kids in North Carolina, and I have no pizzas, so I got my yeast proofing over there, and I went and picked up my milk today. We took one of our frozen chicken marinades out of the freezer for a quick, easy dinner. It's going to be a fun day, guys. Hello family, welcome back. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Vicki and you are with Grammy in the kitchen. So I went and picked up the milk this morning. I'm going to make yogurt with a half gallon, and I'm going to make ricotta cheese for the other half gallon. I've got all 4 of the pizza doughs in the refrigerator to do its rise. Went ahead and took a 2-pound bag of mozzarella out of the freezer. Went ahead and took out one of our frozen marinated meat. This is the teriyaki. I have that thawing on the stove. And now I need to go ahead and get the heavy cream out of my raw milk because I'm actually going to be using this today to make an Alfredo sauce. Oh wow, I am getting a lot of heavy cream out of this gallon of milk. This is beautiful. Let's see, do I have any more in here? Nope, that's all milk. I ended up with 3/4 cup of heavy cream. Perfect. And that's our heavy cream. So we're going to go ahead and make some ricotta. I have a half a gallon of milk that I removed the heavy cream from. 1 teaspoon of salt. 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar or lemon juice. We're going to put in our 1 teaspoon of salt. And we're going to bring the milk up to 185 degrees. So we're trying to get it between 185 to 190 degrees. We're at 170. Don't want the thermometer point to touch the bottom of the pan. That will give you a false reading. And we're just moving the milk in here just to make sure we get an accurate reading for the whole milk and not just one area. Alright, we are almost at 180. Just be careful because it is hot. The steam coming from the milk plus the burner, It's very hot in here. If you have a candy thermometer, that will work. You can just clip it to the side of your pan. I do not have a candy thermometer. Alright, let's see where we're at right now. Okay, 187. Turn the burner down to a medium low. And now we're going to add our 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar or lemon juice. We're going to gently stir that in. Burner off, and we're just going to let it sit here and cool until we can handle it. And we do have some curds in there. Oh, that's gorgeous. Look at that. We have ricotta cheese. Now we're going to go ahead and get it strained. I have a bowl to collect the whey. I have a large strainer just to support the small strainer with the milk bag or cheesecloth. I'm using a coffee cup to scoop it out just so I don't burn myself. So I have the string wrapped around the faucet so it can continue to drain. And we're just going to leave it for a couple hours and just let it continue to drain. The ricotta cheese has been hanging for a couple hours, and now we're going to go ahead and empty it into a glass container. Now we're going to whisk it just to get it all nice and creamy. And now we have some ricotta cheese. It's probably about 2 cups of ricotta cheese out of a half a gallon of milk. This is going to go into the refrigerator until we need to use it. We have 7 days to use it before it'll go bad, or we can freeze it. Freezing cottage cheese will make it a little bit more watery when it thaws, but that's okay. We'll just strain it again if we have to. The way I'm going to water my tomato plants with this, so we're just going to wait till the sun goes down a little bit so it's not as hot outside. But in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and get started on dinner. So I took out a teriyaki chicken marinade out of the freezer this morning, and now we're going to go ahead and get the oven warmed up to 350 degrees, and then we're going to go ahead and get this baked. A little bit of olive oil. And we're going to bake this for 40 minutes. And we're going to go ahead and get started on the pasta with Alfredo sauce. So I'm just cooking some fettuccine. It's a box fettuccine. I'm not making homemade pasta tonight. So we have 12 ounces of fettuccine that we're going to cook. Just cook it according to the directions on the box. So I do have a pot of water. I'm going to salt it. Once it comes up to a boil, I'll add the pasta. And then let that cook about 10 minutes, and then we'll strain it and we'll get started on the Alfredo sauce. So pasta's going to have a plain taste if you don't add salt to it. So in the boiling water, you want to make sure you put a good heaping of salt in there to flavor that pasta. And then you want to make sure you keep it stirred and moving around so they don't clump up together. For years I have been cooking pasta the wrong way. I always add a little bit of oil to the pasta while it's cooking, and that is wrong. You don't want to do that, because when you cook it in oil, the oil will adhere to the pasta, and then sauce or anything like that will not stick to it because it's oiled. So don't add oil to your pasta when you're cooking it, because you want to make sure that it has something for the sauce to attach and make it delicious. Alright, so we're starting to come up to a boil, and we're going to cook this for about 10 minutes. For the Alfredo sauce, we're going to use that heavy cream we got off of our raw milk this morning. Plus, we're going to use this cheese. This actually came from Azure Standard. It is delicious. It's in a wedge, so we do have to grate it. So I'm just going to go ahead and grate about half of this for dinner tonight. We're going to add about a tablespoon of butter and a tablespoon of olive oil. I have some Parmesan cheese grated, and I went outside and I picked some fresh basil. We're going to add that to our sauce also. This is the heavy cream we got off our raw milk this morning. Not sure if you could see that. It is yellow and beautiful. This is what heavy cream should look like. The husband is outside cutting the grass, so you'll hear him come in and out, but that's okay. We're going to go ahead and add some salt and pepper. We're going to add some onion powder Not that much. Oh my goodness. Just a half a teaspoon. Garlic powder. Again, about a half a teaspoon. Just going to taste it, see if we need to add any more salt. Just a tad bit more salt. And a tad bit more pepper. We're going to add our grated Parmesan cheese. Now you can use the grated cheese in the green canister, will be fine. We're going to turn it down low. I went ahead and took out 2 of my 8-ounce containers of green beans. I have some bacon fat we're going to add in there. Add some pepper and some salt. Let's give it a taste. Oh my goodness. With the raw cow milk, the cream, that is over the top. Now we're going to add our cooked pasta. Alright, the stove for the pasta is off. Now we're going to add the fresh basil. I'm just going to cut it up right in here. Just know where your fingers are when you're doing this. Please do not cut your fingers. We're going to make a cornstarch slurry for the teriyaki. So I have 2 teaspoons of cornstarch, a couple tablespoons of water, and we're just dissolving that cornstarch in the water. We're going to leave the aluminum foil off of the chicken and put it back in the oven for about 10 more minutes. And now we're just waiting on the green beans. And that's what's for dinner. So we got fettuccine with heavy cream Alfredo that we made homemade from the cream we got from our milk today. Some green beans we had in the freezer, and one of our frozen marinated meats, the chicken teriyaki. We're going to get a piece of chicken, and you see how that cornstarch just made that sauce thicker. That's exactly what we want. We turned it into a glaze, and it's beautiful. Some green beans and some fettuccine Alfredo. Yum. Oh. Let's taste this chicken. Let's try some fettuccine Alfredo. Oh, that is so good. And the green beans, we know what green beans taste like. Perfect, easy meal with things we already had in our house. We had the marinated teriyaki chicken in the freezer, ready to go. We made the Alfredo sauce, homemade, with the heavy cream we got today from the raw cow milk. Green beans we had in the freezer. Bacon grease we already had. Delicious meal. Came together in no time. If you don't mind, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. While you're at it, go ahead and subscribe. We would love to have you part of the Grammy family. Oh, yes, and down below is going to be a link to Azure. Use that link, go check them out. You'll see the Parmesan cheese we used. You'll see the green beans we used. And just check them out. It's an awesome company to buy real ingredients to make a wholesome, delicious meal, such as what we have today. And we also made our ricotta cheese from 1/2 gallon of raw milk. It's beautiful. It tastes delicious. I cannot wait to think of something in the next couple days to make with that. If you have any suggestions, leave a comment below and let me know what your favorite ricotta cheese recipe is. I would love to hear that from you. So until next time, you have a blessed day. Bye, family.